So you've started investing, or you're about to start, and now you've probably got so many different ideas about what to focus on, what to invest in, and you're wondering what you should do first, what you need to do now in order to start making money as soon as possible. Well, over the last 4 years, I've been investing and sharing my progress on here. So I've got some thoughts around what I wish I'd done, what I wish I hadn't done. And it's all in the context of my story, the £1 million investing challenge that you can see there on screen now. I'm going to start off with reviewing the performance of each holding, and then at the end, you'll find out how far I've got and whether I'm on track to hit the target. Let's go. That goes okay. One of those high quality positions, not much change in month. Quite a large holding in the portfolio. We've got Williams Sonoma that's pegged back slightly in the last month, but is still around about £1,500. And of course, Skyworks has had a very good month. It is now back in the green after being a below 0% return last month. Alphabet also has done well in the month, and it's pushing a 100% return. And Visa, not much to say on that one already, but it's certainly a long-term hold for me. Dropbox, pretty level on that one. That's had a few ups and downs on that particular holding. And then Rightmove has just edged on slightly in the month for a small total return. Great months for Adobe, now up 28 points in month, 39% overall. And Elevance has continued to deliver over the 4 years or so that I've held this one. Quiet month for Unilever, as you'd expect, with this kind of steady Eddie type position. Very happy to hold it in the portfolio. And Meta has had a good month as well, so up over 50% now in a reasonably short period of time. American Express has returned 150% or so in just over 4 years. And Fortinet, one of my newer holdings, is just under the break-even line. So these are getting towards the end of my sort of high quality positions now, generally that have good returns on capital, long-term holds, and of course Berkshire Hathaway's in that with a plus 113% return. Much change in CGI, a little bit down on Somero, and then in mode, not much change in the month. So that's that section of the portfolio. So the dividend stocks, now my largest individual company holding is Unum Group. Quite hit that £3,000 level yet. Headed back slightly in the month, but still 171% return in 4 years for kind of a boring insurance site company is absolutely fantastic. Aviva, not much change in month. Now I should say on Aviva I have had a bit of dividend reinvestment, and the same also applies to Legal and General. Investec has pushed on very nicely, is now approaching 350%, again in about 4 years, and a good month for Citi as well, so up 20 or so % on that one, and still at last check below book value. Now, of course, none of these comments I'm sharing with you are personalised bits of information or advice for you. I'm just sharing my own personal opinions on what's happened in my portfolio. Plus 500 has done well, and British American Tobacco has edged on in the month. So managed by other section of the portfolio, which we start with Fundsmith, the largest holding, 5% of the portfolio. FTSE 100 hasn't changed much within month. Neither has this managed fund. The US index, however, has moved up 9 points, so it's up 56%. FTSE 250 dropped back a bit. World index, yes, touched on a little bit. Good month for the Pacific, including Japan index. And the SP 500 has gone up 6 points. You move on to the cyclical companies. Now, position dropped 79 percentage points a month. That sounds pretty bad, but given the overall state on this one, it's within normal variance, normal moving on Alphabet resources. Still been a very good position for me. Intel, now I found an error in my figures on Intel last time, so it's not actually down 23 points a month, but I overstated, I've got a decimal point wrong, one of the dividends, so the return now is accurate. It was overstated before, so it is down 35% since I started the position. Bitcoin dropped back a bit last month, as did Ethereum. Alta source, that's not looking so good, but as I often say, we show everything here. Right, Alibaba is down about 50%. Not a great time for Corsair at the moment, nor Cumulus Media, and of course the worst positions in the portfolio here. Shout out to Patreon VIP members. Very grateful to have you along for the journey as we all look to build our investing portfolios. So the part you've been waiting for in terms of what was the portfolio valued at, what is it valued at now? So it was 52,500, and here is the new value. So we're well on track, touch wood, to hit the 2024 end of year target. Not much to go. And the performance this month, £450 up also, and 500 in deposit has also been made. So 53,500. Pretty pleased with how that's going. Definitely on track. And the more I can chip away and get ahead of the rate, ahead of the target in these early years, because don't forget this is a 30-year plan from 2020 to 2050, geez, it's going to be in the longer term. So I'm keeping that discipline, and the required rate of return is 9.57% per year, assuming I invest the minimum amount of 300 each month. Here's sort of the breakdown into the different sections. Still pretty big cash holding, bigger than I'd like, but unless I find somewhere compelling to put it, where I'm not overpaying, then it stays as it is. A bit will go into the managed section. And the transactions in the portfolio, no sells, but the usual buys in terms of monthly investment to Fundsmith and World Index. And that's it. Very boring month. No new positions, no adding to individual companies. And that's how it should be most months. Nice and boring, nice and steady, nice and easy to manage. That's my progress. I'd love to hear your progress in your portfolios. Are you on track for your targets? How are you finding things at the moment? Share it with the group, and we could all learn from each other. See you on the next one.